During the conversation on the phone with my friend last week, he told me some words that I used to speak to the group years ago. I have completely forgotten these words. He also said that almost everyone in the group still remembered. I was very surprised that they still remember. We hear in the gospel today what Jesus said. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. In the course of a lifetime, we hear a lot of words and also speak a lot of words. Although we may forget most of the words we hear, some do remain with us. In fact, certain words burn themselves into our memory, so much so that we would remember them to our dying day. Some of these can be the words that hurt us and remain to haunt us. Others are words that comfort us and remain to inspire us. Words can be very hurtful and inflict deep and lasting wounds. Sometimes it is not the words themselves, but the way they are said that does the damage. But words can remain to inspire us. A nun who studied theology recalls, she said, during the course of my theology lectures, I heard a lot of things. Most of these I will forget in time. Indeed, I have already forgotten a lot of them. But there is one thing which one professor said that I will never forget. He said, love keeps a low profile. I know it sounds a simple thing, but somehow it went straight to my heart and has stayed there ever since. Love keeps a low profile. Words are very important and very powerful. Once uttered, they take on a life of their own, for good or for ill. They can bring a blessing or a curse, healing or wounding, life or death. Words can continue to harm us or help us for many years after they have been spoken. Therefore, we should be careful how we use words. An example is when we are angry. When we get very angry, I guess it is better to remain silent. Of course, it is not easy at all, very hard. Words spoken in anger can cause deep hurt and make reconciliation very, very difficult. We are invited to choose life instead of death, a blessing instead of a curse, to start by choosing to remain silent or being careful to choose words that open the way to healing. A person once said, sometimes loving others means keeping quiet and letting them be. Jesus says, heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. The words of Jesus remain with us to this very day, comforting us, guiding us, inspiring us, challenging us. They can turn our values upside down. Once heard, they can never be forgotten. But for all that, Jesus' words will benefit us little unless we act on them. They are like a precious seeds. If left in a jar, they remain just so many seeds. But if they are taken out and planted, they produce a rich harvest. In comparison with faith, there is nothing sure or lasting in the world. Human opinions are rooted in appearances and change from day to day, but the words of Jesus do not change or pass away. We would do well to build the house of our life on His words. His word is always living. What are the words we have chosen, or we choose to speak, to hear, and to act on them? Jesus' words, or our own words, or the others' words? Each of us needs to have the answer for this question on our earthly life journey, the journey towards the eternity, the journey with God, with the others, and with each of us.